Alright, we're going to go ahead and try to show you guys how to make an easy peel really quick. We're going to go ahead and open up the StarCraft software. Hit that. And then once this opens up, we're going to go ahead and hit New Project. We're going to just label this one as Medical. Hit the Enter. We're going to go ahead and find our design. This is the one I'm going to be using. So I'm going to grab this, pull it over, and drop it on here. We're going to minimize that screen. And now we're going to give it just a hot minute to go ahead and pull that design over. Now that it has been pulled over, we're going to come up here to this box that shows the up and down. We're going to hit on that. We're going to go to the biggest sizing on this. Now, before you do that, make sure Keep Proportions is clicked on. And then we're going to go to whichever one's bigger, which is the width. And we're going to go ahead and just put 0.900 enter. Now we're going to come over here where it shows this magnifying glass to zoom in to the left. We're going to just click on it. And then we're going to come up here to this arrow where the section tool, click on that. And then we're going to come up here to path. We're going to go down to offset path. And then we're going to pull this up here. And where it shows the numbers, most of my stuff is normally done at 0.025 to 0.035. Okay. Now what this is going to do is if you do it any smaller than this, the middle pieces right in here is just going to get a little bit bigger, but the offset's going to get closer to the cut. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave it at the 0, hit enter. That looks good, hit OK. Now we're going to come over here, pull this up. We're going to hit this little arrow over here. We're going to hit the cut. We're going to come over here to the color palette. And this way we can actually see it. Come down here to color. And you can leave it as black. I just like to leave all mine as universal. So I'm going to change it to red. Hit OK. Now when we're over here, we can go ahead and actually come over here to where it shows the arrow, where it shows the shaping tool. We're not going to hit the one that has a letter on it because that's for text. We're going to come up to this one. We're going to hit that little button. And all those little things come up. Now we're just going to come over here and just hit on any of these middle ones. Now as you can see, it turned blue. So we're going to hit delete. And then when all of them highlight it, we're going to hit delete again. Over here, we're going to grab that little guy, hit delete, hit this little dude, hit delete, and delete again, because that's meaning it's going to delete all those all at once. We're going to click on this one and do the same thing. And you can clean any of this up. I'm going to go ahead and clean this one up. I'm going to hit that once, and then I'm going to hit this one once. Unless that happens. If that happens, you're going to come over here to the right side, hit cut again, come back over here and hit it. Sometimes it just gets a little bit finicky. And I do think that right now it's just being finicky because how big this cursor is. Because the last video I did, now I did click it, so hit delete. But the last video I did, I realized after I was reviewing the video that it was a little bit hard to see my cursor. I don't know how to get the big round one, so I apologize. Now this right here, this is going to be like pretty much just a straight line cut. So I am going to go ahead and delete that one right there. And then I'm clicking off of the design. And then everything else on here, in my opinion, looks good. If you want to delete any more, you can. You just got to keep in mind, it's not going to have any contouring. It's just going to be straight edge. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and just click this little thing right here. Click on that. That goes ahead and groups them. I'm going to come over here to the arrow and click on that. I'm going to go ahead and come up here and just preview just to make sure we got all that. And that looks great. Now, you hit you're done. You come back over here to this little cute thing. Click it down. You come up here where it shows the cut. Hit that. Now we're going to hit Control-C and Control-V. Now that's what all that did was just create another one. I'm going to just leave it here. I'm going to come back over here to the left side where it shows the rectangle, and we're going to hold that down with your mouse button. Don't let go because it's not a click. You've got to hold it down to pull this up. I'm going to come over here and I'm holding the mouse button down. And I'm going to come up to where it shows a rounded rectangle. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. Click on that. And then I'm going to come up here to right about here. And I'm going to just hold the mouse button down. And I'm going to go ahead and go right about there. Okay. I'm going to come back up here to this little arrow and click on that. So that way I can move this just a wee bit. Because ideally, what I want is it kind of to cover that. And as you can tell, it's just, I don't know what you call this. It's being a real pain. So let go of it, and actually right where I let go is kind of where I wanted it. That's not too bad. I actually like that. So I want to leave that. What I was going to do, if it wasn't right where I wanted it, you come up here to the arrows up on the right hand side. You click that, and then you're going to manually move it. Okay, so I can manually move it down a little bit, which isn't too bad, because what we're going to do now, okay, is we're going to hit the shift, and you're going to hit the cut one, not this one, okay, and then we're going to come right over here and right click on your mouse, and you're going to come up here to where it shows path, and you're going to hit union. That's going to merge those together. Now, as you can tell, it did leave that right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean it up like we did the last one. So we're going to just click on this button, the shape tool. We're going to click right smack on that and then hit delete, and it's gone, okay? And then we're going to come over here to the little arrow, click on that. And now this is pretty much ready. We can slide that underneath, but we want to go ahead and add our text. You don't have to add the text, but if you're really into your brand and you want people to know who you are, which really and truly, coming from a marketing side, I definitely would. So just scroll down just a little bit on here. We're going to come over here to the left and hit the type tool, and this is allowing your typing. So you're going to come over here. My business name is quite big, so I'm going to hit right here, and I'm going to start typing. And I'm only typing my website, so craftydesigncorner.com. Click onto the arrow, okay, and then I'm going to come over here to the text button right here on the right hand side, click on that, and then I'm going to go ahead and find the text that I really want. All right, now that I have my little text in there, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and drop the texting size down. So you're going to come over here to where it shows the sizing, and you're just going to go ahead and take this off, hit delete once, hit enter, and make it wee small. And I'm going to come over here to the color, and I'm going to go ahead up here where it shows the fill color, and I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and I want the fill color because this is going to be printed, okay? I'm going to go ahead and hit the black. I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm also going to go ahead and hit the stroke color, and I'm going to go ahead and change this one as well to black. You can change that to any color you want. But this is the color that's going to go ahead and be in here. Now, with how deep that is, that's way too bold. So I'm going to go ahead and change the stroke color to, I'm going to change the stroke color to nothing. So I'm going to put it as none. And that way you can actually see it. You got to keep in mind, depending on the font, if it's too bolded like that and you can't see it, go ahead and definitely change it. So now that I have that on there, I'm going to go ahead and click over here to the lines where we're going to change the cut type. And this is the lines with the 3 little round things in it. I'm not sure really what that's called. I guess it's a style. I don't know why. But where it shows the cut line type, click on that. And you want that to be print only. You don't want that to be cut. Okay. So now that that's done, you're going to come over here to where it shows the union. You're going to click on that. And here where it shows cut only, you're going to change this. This is the die cut part. So this part you actually want to be score. And then you will check on this next one. See how these are open? So on this one where it shows cut, that needs to be cut only. And that's part of the print and cut. And then on the print one, that should be print only. So that is completely done. So we're going to hit that little arrow. And then on the text, we're going to just move the text directly over here. And now we're going to resize the text just so that way it actually does fit. And we're going to just, manually change that a little bit. So maybe just a wee bit. So if that's at 350, let me just scoot that over. Now we're going to manually move it up because it really does not want to scoot over very nicely. So you're going to have that clicked, and you're going to come down here and hit Shift, and then click on the union. And now you're going to come over here and right click, and you're going to hit Group. Now that is to a group, and now we're just going to pick this up, and we're going to see if it will automatically grab it like that. So that's been grabbed. So that looks amazing. However, if you notice on the bottom here, right here on it, let me see if I can show that to you. Do you see how it's kind of right in this edge and this edge? It is definitely too high. So we're going to lower this down by hitting the bottom lower, and that looks like it's spot on. So that really looks good. Now, one thing I just realized that I forgot to show you guys, because it is all red, it is a bit confusing on my eyes. So I'm going to hit this little arrow, the section tool, and then we're going to come over here, and on the die cut one, which is this one, we're going to go ahead and just change the color. So hit on this. Now we don't want the color of the text to be changed, so don't click on that one. You're just going to hit on the union one. And on this one, we're going to go up to the color palette tool. And on the stroke, we're going to go on ahead and change that. I personally like the blue. So every single time I do these, I'm always going to have a stroke as blue. And I'm always going to have my kiss cut as red. Okay. And then you're going to just go ahead and move that over, okay? And that is perfectly done. So that has your easy peel. So when it cuts, the actual kiss cut sticker is going to cut once, and it's going to come right through here all the way around. And then it's going to come again and do the die cut sticker, and that's going to go ahead and cut through both sheets of paper, which is the top adhesive sticker paper as well as the backing paper. And that's going to go clear around here like this. So you will have it cut twice, okay? And this is how I do my easy peel stickers. And then what you can do is you can zoom out a little bit, and you can go ahead and go to the arrow, and you can pick this up and drop this right over here. And now you can just go ahead and resize it. And this can be whatever size you want it to be. So if you're looking for 3-inch stickers, I'm going to put it at 3-inch. And then bam. So the 3 inches is going to be from this side to this side is 3 inches. This side to this side, I always put 3 inches X, which is by, and then I normally have a question mark and then the little inch symbol, only because of the fact that you really can't put it as 3 by 3. So, and sometimes if a customer wants 3.5 or 2.5 or whatnot, that height size is always going to change. So I never put that on there. And now you can go ahead and cut this. And now I just realized what we forgot to do. I don't know if anybody else has noticed the die cut back here. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and hit undo. And we're going to go ahead and drag this over and drop this on top. Okay, now we're going to zoom in because we got to make sure that it is lined up. And you should not be able to see both colors like that, which means that it's not lined up. So come back up here to the arrow, and you're going to push this one up. Nope, push it down. So the red needs to be covering all that. Okay, so there you go. So you only really want to see these two colors like this, not side by side. So what we needed to do, and I forgot to do it, awesome teacher I am, is hit the shift, hit the group, come over here, right click, and hit group. This has now made it all one sticker. Now we can go ahead and come over here to the width, hit 3 inches, and then we can come over here to the zoom in tool, and we can just back it out like this. And you can always grab this. This has sometimes had a couple of issues in the past for me where it freezes up, but I'm just going to do it only because we have one sticker on here. Now come up here to the arrow, and you can go ahead and put that baby right there. I've got that on there, and then you can hit Control, holding it down, hit C, which is copying, and then holding down to C, Control still, hit V, and that's just going to go ahead and allow you to copy and paste it. And then you can hit Control V because it's already saved in the mouse. So Control V again. I always call it, saved in the mouse, even though it's actually not. But and you can make the entire sheet the exact same sticker, or if you have another design you want to do, you can definitely go ahead and do that. And then when you're ready, you come up here to the Create, and you take a look at your little stickers, and on here, you're going to go ahead and be like, okay, this looks amazing. Now, this is all of the settings to go ahead and cut it. So you've got your force, which is going to go ahead and force it through from the adhesive sticker to the backing. The score force is what's going to cut it all the way through. So that's the die cut portion of it. Your speed is how fast you want it to be, and I have no idea what the up speed is. I have made it a little bit faster, but really and truly, I don't really notice too much of a difference on that. And then you're going to make sure that's good, and you're going to hit Print and Cut. And then this is going to go ahead and pull this screen up, which is the exact same for the settings. And as long as that is using your sticker paper, so remember, you got to make sure you know what your sticker paper is. And then your force, which is going to be a die cut. And this is the, the force is going to be the top one, okay? The score force is going to be your die cut, okay? And then you're going to hit print, because first of all, we have to print the actual design. And for me, I have an HP color, and you hit the properties. You put in the type of sticker paper you have, you need it to be, and then you want to hit OK. then you'll want to go ahead and print it. Now, I'm not printing right now, so say the printer just went da-da-da-da-da, then you take the piece of paper, you load it on your little mat, and then you make sure that the laser head is lined up to your corner of your registration mark, and you hit start scan, and then it automatically goes and does it. So hopefully this helps. I'm sorry if it's a little bit longer than I intended. I would try to shorten it up the next time. Thanks so much.